So I have a bunch of wrestling questions, but
Yes.
I need to take a look at the fit.
Yeah.
You're looking very nice today. Shawn Michaels, the matching shoes.
Yeah, the Travis Scotts, right?
I attempted to do it with the, but I mean,
You're getting there.
I kind of did. Mr. WrestleMania, what's your favorite Shawn Michaels WrestleMania moment?
100% the boyhood dream. You know, when he beat Brett, the Iron Man match, I was a kid, you know, I'm a 90s kid. And I just remember thinking, like, that's incredible. You get to live his dream, and it's something that I'd like to do myself. So 100% that. But he is Mr. WrestleMania, so it's hard to pick one match of his that I love the most.
Yeah.
But it's got to be either that one or possibly him and Undertaker, the first him and Undertaker match, because that blew my mind. Oh, yeah, blew my mind.
I was going to ask, what's like maybe a close second? I think a lot of people think of that.
Maybe that. I think as a match itself, the Undertaker Shawn Michaels match is pretty untouchable. I think the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels match is a great match in a different way. I would say the Undertaker Shawn Michaels match is better, but for memories and nostalgia, it's WrestleMania 12 for me.
It's amazing how my perspective as a fan has changed, because for the longest time, and I still do in many ways, think that's, you know, the boyhood dream is the one.
Yeah.
But thinking as like, how old, I don't remember how old, maybe I was like 12 or 13.
Yep.
But like, I was so focused and so like, oh my God, like sudden death. Like it was just such a different environment where now it's almost like, oh, you get an Iron Man match, you're going to get 5, 6, 7 falls. That one hooked me in a different way. So I understand what you're saying about how it kind of contrasts in a good different way from the Undertaker match.
100%. The storytelling they did in that match, like you said, sudden death. Like I don't think anyone pictured that happening a whole hour where there was no pinfalls. So pretty incredible and pretty untouchable as well. Like I've seen a lot of other Iron Man matches that are exciting. Obviously, you have multiple falls and stuff, but that's always the one.
Obviously, Royal Rumble's the road to WrestleMania. How do you ensure you're, you know, aside from a Royal Rumble win, how do you ensure that you have a spot on that card on either night when WWE goes to Philadelphia?
I mean, it's a hard one, you know. I feel like WWE right now is getting more and more stacked. I'm sure there's going to be more and more returns, more and more people signing up to WWE as well. So it's pretty much just making sure that I've become a staple on Monday nights. You see me most Mondays. It's just making sure that I'm doing my best in those moments. You know, I always get told to maximize your minutes on TV, and that's what I'm going to do.
Surprises, returns. There's a debut that people are talking about. It's mostly rumor right now, but
Yes.
Okada, last year you said, you know, you'd like a rubber match.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw some of there was criticism, like,
course.
oh yeah, no, it's not. People are starting to think it might happen. But
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Is it an I told you so? Is it like I might get my chance? Like, how are you feeling now that it's closer to happening than it was a year ago?
Yeah, well, I feel like the first time I stepped in the ring with him during the G1, I don't think anyone expected me to beat him. And not only did I beat him, but I beat him in pretty exciting fashion. And then we had that second match. And there was just some electricity in the air there in Japan, Sumo, a whole people seeing me and Okada wrestle. There's something about it that just works. So I always knew that there was some point in our careers where we're going to meet again, whether it was here in WWE, whether it was me going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know that the landscape of pro wrestling is always changing, evolving, you know, people working together. I always thought there was a possibility, and now more than ever there is a possibility. So I don't know what's going to happen, but if the Rainmaker does decide to come to WWE, I want the rubber match for sure.
One of the things I appreciate about you is you've paid tribute to past talent in your ring attire, the jacket and the singlet. We talked outside of WWE when you were working as Jonah, and one of your outfits was Bam Bam Bigelow inspired. You had the green one for Kobashi or Misawa.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're not. You had this is why I get to edit.
Yes.
You had the green one for Misawa. Any teasers on maybe some stylistic choices you have coming up, whether it's this weekend or Mania? You really want to get noticed in that way visually on a big PLE?
I feel like more and more people step up their game when it comes to the PLEs. You know, people having extravagant gear and what they do. And that's no different for me this weekend. I do have a new set of gear, a new entrance robe. It's sort of not themed anything towards wrestling, but I'm sure people will think it's themed towards wrestling when they see it. But it's mainly to stand out and sort of, it's more of an influence of the stuff that I like outside of the ring. And we might be seeing some new sort of entrance on Monday night as well.
Okay.
Little teaser right here. No one knows.
There's a little teaser. I know now. I know a little bit. You know, if you break out the green one again in Philly, you might win some Eagles fans over. You might get a little bit more of a pop.
I think I already have an idea of a Mania entrance gear. Whether that comes to fruition, if I'm part of the show or not, I'm not sure. But there's a little hint of green in there, but not a whole lot of green. So we'll see.
You went viral not too long ago for I'm going to call it an unfortunate situation. The man was injured where a man shouldn't be injured. What was your? I mean, obviously you were in pain, but what's your takeaway now that that's sort of behind you a little bit?
Yeah, well, those moments are always interesting because, you know, sometimes you can have a stellar 25-minute match that's incredible and you might get so many views online, you know, maybe to the millions or whatever. But me getting the little Bronson's hit got over 6 million views. So, like, sometimes you don't know what it's going to be that goes viral, but I think it was to do with my facial expression, and it's just, that's how men feel when it happens, you know? That's a natural thing.
Social media is a different beast, but I always say the internet was made for gambling, cat videos, and getting kicked in the balls. So
yeah, very much so. Yeah, I've probably done all three of those things on the internet.
Okay. Any new challenges? Anything new you're looking to do in 2024? Besides getting kicked in the little Bronsons, anything that you can really do to set yourself apart from an in-ring perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I'm someone that's heavily influenced by film. So I've been trying to implicate that into my promo work, into my wrestling, even into my entrance attire. So I think you're going to start seeing that more influence of the things I love, hopefully becoming a part of Bronson Reed. And hopefully that's going to set me aside in 2024.
All right, there you have it. Bronson Reed.